Tonight's episode, 2 tips in 1. Number 1, own the stage. Show people that you're in charge and you're not even going to say a word. It's all about body language, and I'm going to explain it to you. Number 2, lectern or podium. Use it or lose it. Here's the first example about owning the stage, and I'll walk you through the whole thing.
Here's Tom Nolan.
Thanks, Steve. Now notice that I didn't look at the audience. I looked directly at him, I shook his hand, and I took his shoulder and pulled it aside. That signals him to leave. I then turn, open up the portfolio. Inside the portfolio are the 2 sheets that the audience can't see. On the right side is a huge picture. It says smile. And then it says, look to the right, look to the center, look to the left. You go back down to your notes, and you look up, and you take charge of the room. That whole demonstration was done in less than a minute, and nothing was said to the audience. But they knew, they perceived that you were in charge. Use that tip. It'll make your presentation improve by 50%, 60%, maybe even 75%, if that's okay with you. Let's go to tip number 2, the podium itself. A lot of people use the podium to hide behind and grab onto it like this. But it's a hindrance because, believe it or not, you have to show a lot of body language. And what people don't understand is they'll stand like this, they'll have their hands in their pockets, they'll be leaning forward on one step or another and be very unbalanced. You got to be sure of what you're doing. Here's the trick with your hands. Take your thumbs and your forefingers, put them together, and keep them to your side. Don't use your hands unless you're going to gesture something. That makes it a lot easier. You put them down, you show an example, and put them down. Too much hand techniques is too much gestures and too confusing to the audience. Remember my tip. You got to look your best, speak your best, and lead the rest. Hey, come back for the next tip. I'll see you again. Thanks, Tom.